It was the first time that cancer directly impacted me. It was a kick in the gut. It took the wind out of you.
Welcome to the Huntington Beach Podcast, where we explore the heart and soul of Surf City. I'm your host, Gary Watts, bringing you a fresh perspective as someone new to this incredible community. Each week, we spotlight the people, businesses, and stories that make Huntington Beach a place worth celebrating. Today's guest is Brandon Ward, an executive director of Fxck Cancer, a local nonprofit born from a deep personal experience. Not only are they raising awareness and funds for a critical cause, but they're also building community through their events like their upcoming Photos with Santa Fundraiser. This is a conversation about resilience, friendship, and how even small actions can make a huge difference. This is Gary Watts, and we have Brandon Ward here today. So Brandon, tell us a little about how this whole thing started and why Fxck Cancer? Come on.
That's a question we get a lot for sure. The organization was founded unofficially back in 2005 when a close friend of mine and my friend group was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. His name was Brandon McGinnis. It was the first time that cancer directly impacted me, that it directly impacted our friend group. We're all in our 20s, and all we cared about was surfing and fishing and just running around. We were completely invincible. It was a kick in the gut. It took the wind out of you. And you think it's somebody else. It's other people. It's not me. It's not my community. It's not my group that this is going to happen to. Cancer was such a far off thing for us.
And it's not at 25 also, right?
At 25, you're completely invincible.
Yeah.
I could only imagine what that was like for him, in your mid 20s. And you're dealing with that. That's something you don't expect. Huntington Beach being such a lifestyle driven community, it's the first thing you start thinking of is,
can you still surf?
Can you go surfing with me?
I would totally have something.
Can we still go to dinner?
Yeah.
Can we still go down the street and eat tacos at our favorite spot? Can we still go skateboarding down the street to go check the waves?
Yeah.
You bond through that stuff. You bond through surfing. You bond through activity. You bond through staring at a sunset and having a beer with your friends. Like you create relationships. And so that's why when Brandon was diagnosed with cancer, it was such a heavy thing for all of us. It was like we were all diagnosed with cancer. Mm. That's when you started figuring out, this is serious. Mm. And when Brandon passed away, Fxck Cancer turned into something that was too important to let just kind of fade away into the sunset.
Yeah.
It was important. It started to become a war cry for those in the fight.
With the name Cancer, right? It's unapologetic as bold, right?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like it might alienate some people sometimes?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, anytime you're using the F-bomb is
a little controversial.
It's a controversial word. It's rough, it's brash, but that's how we felt. Cancer is rough, it's brash, it's mean, it doesn't pull any punches. Neither does the F-bomb.
Yeah.
But what happens if someone says the F word, people pay attention. I think without Fxck Cancer being as bold and uncensored as we are, we wouldn't have been able to grow like we've grown.
Yeah.
Because it's people, whether or not they're like, hey, that's too much.
Yeah.
Why do you have to use the F-bomb? Couldn't you use a softer word? Yeah, we could, but who's going to pay attention?
And I like what you said. Cancer isn't apologetic.
No.
It doesn't care whether you scream at it, yell at it, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's that raw primal feeling that you guys have also.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to we would have not have been paid attention to without us being as bold as we've been and as loud as we've been with our brand.
Yeah. Unexpected, outrageous ways you've raised money. What is one of them that stands out in your mind right now?
Well, maybe not that outrageous as we've been, but our supporters get extremely creative. Thank you, supporters. We love you. We have people that do pub crawls.
Okay.
That are popular.
Yeah.
And they do have a pub crawl fundraiser, but you're thinking, okay, that's simple. But what they're doing is they're all dressing up in tutus. And so people are paying attention going, what are you guys doing? And then if they're all wearing pink tutus, that's gaining attention. And then so we'll give them a bunch of Fxck Cancer gear in pink to complement their tutus and what they're doing. And, you can imagine when there's 30, 40 people walking down a main street in Huntington Beach or wherever they are, all wearing pink tutus and wearing pink Fxck Cancer gear. And they're like, what the heck are you guys doing here? Like, what is going on? A lot of people like to do cornhole tournaments, hot dog eating contests.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Which is
your supporters get very creative with what they're doing in that sense, right?
I think the branding in our organization attracts
outside the box.
Outside the box thinking. Yes. It's more
bold.
Yes.
Outrageous kind of ways to raise money and support the community, right?
Yeah.
I love
and we don't turn our nose up to any of those ideas. Because we think everybody's impacted by cancer and everybody deserves a voice. And like I said, we are the war cry for those in the fight.
Yeah. I mean, that makes our fundraiser kind of mild with photos with Santa for December 15th. Maybe the Santa should be like a surfer or something. People, right?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of people
they'll be
want
after
there.
11 o'clock, Yeah. I think Photos with Santa, it's a family fun event. It's from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. We really want to bring the community together and really introduce not just ourselves, but you and your organization to the community. How else besides, like, I know they can do some tickets for raffle drawings. They can maybe do we might have like a auction sort of thing, What other ways can they reach out and support your organization?
A lot of nonprofits talk about, which it's important, they talk about fundraising. They talk about dollars. Dollars make the wheels turn. Can't do what we do without funds. And that comes from corporate and public support. But sometimes that's not in the wheelhouse for everyone. But people have resources. So reaching out to Fxck Cancer and saying, hey, I know so-and-so, and we think it would benefit for, say, your Dying to Live Dreams program. So I'm friends with this singer from this band, or I'm friends with this actor, or
Elon Musk.
I'm super tight with Elon Musk. So if you have a resource, I think that would benefit an organization, whether it be our organization or another one that makes sense. Please reach out.
And this is a great way to share with people also to do that as well.
100%.
Yeah. With this whole photo with Santa, we're really excited about it because we get to see the community come out for that also. What is it about the Huntington Beach community that you think is special in a way? Because we're moving here from Pasadena to experience this. It's funny because one of our coworkers today said, you people in LA, I mean, there's nothing to do out there. All you guys do is go to bars and go clubbing. And I'm like, wait, what do I like to do as a LA person? And you know what it is? I like coming out here, going surfing and sailing and going to the beach and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, everyone that I tell goes like, oh, that makes sense. You belong there. Like, that's who you've been your whole life, Yeah. What is it about this community that you could share with people that makes this place special?
I mean, being a third generation Huntington Beach person, it's always been weather, lifestyle driven community. Like I was mentioning earlier, people like to be outdoors. They like to kick off their business shoes and put on their slippers or sandals. I think that creates a casualness about Huntington Beach that attracts people, where you don't have to be super uptight or fired up to be financially stable. And I think people want to preserve that. They want to preserve this lifestyle. And you can see that with the neighborhoods around Huntington Beach. A lot of people have lived in those neighborhoods for 20, 30 plus years in these homes. And you wouldn't expect a super financially stable community being so casual about everything. You're like, I'm gonna go surfing in the morning, and then I'm gonna show up to the office, and I'm gonna do business. I'm gonna come home, and I'm gonna have a glass of wine on my porch and watch the sunset in Huntington Beach with the ocean breeze, and go down the street and have tacos with my closest friends. And not a lot of communities can provide that. And I think that's what attracts people to Huntington Beach. You can live the vacation lifestyle and be successful in life.
I love that.
And Huntington Beach equals vacation forever.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What an incredible conversation with Brandon Ward, hearing how they turned such a personal and a little painful, challenging experience into a mission that is really making a difference in their community and inspiring others to do it also. As someone new to Huntington Beach, this podcast is in many ways discovering the incredible people and stories that make this place special. It's about building connections, learning from fresh perspectives, and showing the heartbeat of this community. This is where local businesses, organizations, and sponsors can play a vital role in supporting stories like this. If you want to sponsor an episode and help highlight amazing causes like Fxck Cancer, reach out to us at our email address in the link below, and together we can amplify those voices and to build something truly special for Huntington Beach. But now I really want to hear from you. What do you think about the name Fxck Cancer? It's bold and empowering, or do you think it's too controversial? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback and opinions are what makes this podcast a true reflection of Huntington Beach. And if you have your own story to share, or you know someone trying to make an impact on our community, reach out to us or comment below. Be sure to subscribe to the Huntington Beach Podcast on your favorite platform and leave us a review and share this episode with someone who could use a little inspiration today. Let's keep discovering, celebrating, and building this amazing community together.